Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U Movement. I am B. Today marks the end of a 16-year karmic cycle for me. I am sitting in a lot of mixed emotions, a sense of pride, definitely a lot of gratitude, and a lot of bewilderment about what is next. Those that have been following me know my story. Those that don't, this is what I share so that I can potentially help others escape from narcissistic abuse. "16 years ago, I left Ireland, where I lived for 10 years on my own as a single mom. I returned home to my home country of Canada, hoping to start a new life with a new love, and I had a lot of very naive notions. I had met a man who had a long distance relationship with for a period of time that I felt was going to offer me everything that, most normal people want: partnership, family, love. I had been love bombed, is the expression, and given so much attention and affection on this long distance relationship for quite a number of months, about 6 to 8 months. And when I made the decision to come home, I was excited to start our life together. Unfortunately, almost right away, things started to go haywire, and it was just one crisis after another crisis. I didn't understand what was happening. It was just like I thought they were down on their luck, or they were having a bad go of it, or there was a miscommunication. What I didn't understand is how much chaos he was creating purposefully to keep me unstable, because that is the hook. The narcissists bait you with love bombing and false promises and a false persona of who they are. And that's who you fall in love with. And then the chaos begins. I immediately, trying to get back to that, I want that, what was first on offer, immediately started trying to fix everything, and fixing up the house, fixing up the legal problems that he was in, fixing up the family issues, fixing up this, fixing up that. It was a constant state of fixing and fixing and fixing. And I was getting under more and more stress because all these different faces of him started to manifest. I didn't know who he was, because there was the face of the man that I had fallen in love with that didn't ever actually exist. There was the face of the man that would rage at my son. There was the face of the man that would act like the goof in front of all his mates and while he was drinking. There was the face of the mean guy that would say racist jokes and mean things to get me to make facial expressions and then laugh at me. There was the guy that was Mr. Nice Guy that most people saw most of the time. I didn't know which of these guys I was with, and I kept trying to hold on to the one that I liked. I tried going to counseling multiple times. I think probably went to 4 or 5 different marital counselors trying to fix it. That never did anything because it would always be twisted around. But I couldn't see what was happening when I was in it. I couldn't see the wood through the trees. I didn't understand. There was so much cognitive dissonance at play and so much mindfuckery that I didn't understand. I very ignorantly believed that he was telling me the truth. And a couple of years in, my health began to decline almost immediately. I started putting on weight. I started trying to cope as best I could with anything and everything, including antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds and constant trips to the doctors because my health was getting worse and worse and worse. About 5 years in, I went into what I now know as dorsal vagal shutdown, when you've been in stress for such a long period of time that you basically shut down, and I went into a total state of burnout. I asked to break up at that stage, but he wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't leave. In fact, I asked to break up multiple times and he wouldn't leave. He always wore me down. I thought his persistence was a sign of his love for me. My health continued to decline, and over time I became obese. I had multiple conditions, diabetes, fibromyalgia, sleep apnea, peripheral neuralgia, brain fog, memory loss, fatigue, depression, anxiety, as I mentioned, despondency, apathy, suicidal ideation, you name it, I had it. It was pretty bad. It was very bad. I had given up my dream job as a Reiki master because I couldn't function, and I knew I needed to heal myself before I attempted to heal others. I had taken on additional work trying to stabilize our financials situation, which never got any better. I became increasingly more isolated and triangulated from all of his family and friends through concocted incidents of reactionary abuse. It had become so bad that I was very isolated and alone and depressed. In 2019, I started my awakening and knew that I would have to heal myself if I was ever going to escape. And I've talked about that on lots of videos. And so the escape plan began, and it took me from 2019 all the way to 2021 to have the courage to ask for a divorce, even though I had asked to separate multiple times throughout our relationship. It took me additional time to finally get him out of the house. And all the time, all the while that, I was saying enough is when the cycle would embed deeper and deeper into future faking. And abuse isn't a constant. It's a cycle of good times, bad times, stress, relief, stress, relief. It's a type of crazy that you can't fathom unless you've experienced it. When I was getting stronger and almost to a place where I was free of the situation, he did something that most narcissists don't do. I think this was his last attempt to mess with my mind, in which he confessed everything. He confessed that in the entirety of the 15 years we'd been together, that he had never loved me, that he had been in love with another woman the whole time, that he had cheated on me, which I didn't even care about, because I had actually offered him, when, my health was declining, I offered him an open marriage, to which he did what he always did, which was to feign, oh no, I'm gonna wait for you, I would never do that, I would never, no. So instead of just being open, honest, and having integrity and having an open marriage, he opted to inform me that he was going to stay loyal, meanwhile cheating. So he also admitted to all the while being gaslighting me, manipulating me, lying, not just to me, but to others, triangulating, doing the reactionary abuse, and then things that I can't mention on camera. My brain went into some kind of shutdown. I was also experiencing my Kundalini while this was happening. So I had went into spiritual emergency and crisis. And he saw that as his opportunity to swoop back in and try to hoover me back. Taking on the role of, my companion, my caretaker. He even said, I didn't love you then, but I love you now, and now I'm going to take care of you. And because I was so mentally messed up, I was actually considering taking him back. But I was much more observant and much more educated this time around, and I started to notice the signs again of, dropping stressful situations on me, and seeing how I would respond, devaluing and pulling back, and other little types of manipulations. And when I called him in a lie, I finally went no contact. So that is the anniversary that I'm celebrating now. It is a year no contact. I did have to break no contact to push through my divorce, and it's like falling off the wagon. Because you have been in a cycle of abuse for so many years, your mind tries to convince you that you can't possibly function or live without them. Because you're chemically pre-programmed to be reliant on them, because they create the chaos and then they save you from the chaos. They create the stress and then they calm you in the stress. And this sick fuckery is something that it's something that nobody could possibly fathom, that anybody could be that cruel to another human being. So this last year has been the year of recovery. So in this 16-year cycle, we can divide it down to being trapped, and then taking 3 years to escape, and then 1 year to recover. And the recovery was a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. Victim services has been very beneficial to me and assisted me with counseling. More than that, I have a lot of gratitude because I had no friends or family that I could turn to. Only my children who were here and supported me the best they could. But if it wasn't for Soul sending me some earth angels, strangers that became soul family, I don't think I would have made it through. I don't think I would have. As strong as a person as I am, what is required to heal from the type of mental and psychological abuse that is narcissistic abuse is it's insanity. It's insanity. So I'm so grateful for those that showed up for me. I'm also so grateful for you, my viewers, and all my contacts on social media that, supported me, showed me encouragement, showed me kindness, and showed me care. Because the You movement kept me going on days when I didn't think that I could keep going. There were many days like that. But having a purpose, having a mission to share with others my story so that hopefully I could help others escape. And I have had, within this last year, people reach out to me in desperation because they're going through similar. And I've been able to speak from my own experience and help guide them through very difficult situations, which has been the silver lining in this whole thing. I never anticipated this is where my life would lead me. I don't know where my life is going. I'm just in the stage now of being able to rebuild. And I have so much gratitude for the kindness that has been shown to me. All of the support has been life-changing. Narcissistic abuse is probably one of the most insidious abuses that I can think of. I'd rather get punched in my face because it fucks with your head so much. People don't know if they're coming or going. They become reliant and dependent upon the very person that's hurting them. To outsiders looking in, you only see one face. You see the face that the narcissistic person wants you to see. Oftentimes, that's the face of a super nice guy. But you don't see the face of the guy behind the door raging at a small child or causing chaos and confusion. As well as all of the extensions that a narcissistic person can infiltrate, known as flying monkeys. They'll get in the ear of everyone, and I mean everyone, family members, friends, acquaintances, health practitioners, At one stage, I even had an acupuncturist say to me, "I really hope that you two get back together." I thought that very inappropriate, and because I had been researching all about narcissists at the time, I was like, that's a flag. That's a flag that he's been in their ear. So when you lose or try to escape from a narcissistic abusive situation, you aren't just escaping from a solitary person. You almost have to leave your entire life behind, especially if they've successfully infiltrated all of your network. So I changed my name. I deleted all contacts that we shared in common, and I set about saving myself as best I could. And so it's very isolating and lonely when you escape from these situations, because a large majority of people wouldn't show you compassion or recognize, and some even defend them. I know what I went through. My son knows what I went through and what he went through. And nobody else really knows, because nobody else was here. I tried multiple times, as I've said, to leave. And I'm a pretty strong person, and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I had to treat it like I was escaping from Alcatraz. My weight loss story isn't just about losing weight. I needed to get healthy in order to survive, to save myself. I still have a lot to rebuild from the wreckage that my life has, but I knew that my health was first and foremost. Without my health, I had nothing. And it's taken me years and years. And I still have a good bit to go. In regards to getting my health 100% to where it needs to be. My physical form is, I'd say, 85-90% healed. I've healed a multitude of conditions. My nervous system is still going to require a little bit more time to feel safe again in the world. Because that's one of the things that it gets stolen from you. It's not just your reality, your sense of self, but also your sense of safety and security in the world. Because the person that has been closest to you, that you relied the most upon, has caused a betrayal trauma so severe that nothing feels safe in the world. So learning to feel safe again, to feel stable, secure, to calm my nervous system, to get my emotions from fluctuating and back stable, has been an arduous process through this recovery. I do a lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga. I've taken up running and strength training to get some of my strength back. Meditations, affirmations, massage, acupressure, cold water therapy, aromatherapy, solfeggio frequency therapy, sauna, infrared therapy, grounding, spending time in nature. This has been my life day in and day out for many years now, of trying to heal the damage that was done to me. The damage that I let happen to me because I didn't get out. I couldn't. I tried. I couldn't. I have so much gratitude because of this twin flame situationship, which really is, in my opinion, I've stated in multiple videos, the trauma bond that ends all trauma bonds. In whatever that situationship was that I experienced, it gave me the energy, it gave me the power, it gave me the self-love to be able to awaken and move forward, to free myself from something that I previously wasn't able to do on my own. So I'm grateful for that person as well. I cannot express my gratitude enough to everyone and to God and for helping me get here today, so I could finally put a pin in this and say goodbye to the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, the worst thing I've ever been through in my life. Escaping from narcissistic abuse is very challenging. If you see somebody who's in a dysfunctional relationship, understand that at its core, escaping from it's harder than hard. It's recovering from it is harder than hard. I want to draw attention, and I have done by sharing my story, so that others would feel less alone, less isolated, to validate others' experiences, because being validated has been life-changing for me when somebody says, yes, that happened to you, and you have a right to feel the way that you feel. And the emotions that come with this kind of betrayal and karmic life lesson is fear, anxiety, anguish, grief, guilt, shame, anger, rage, relief, and belief. Today I'm of the belief that it will get better. If I can survive that, I can survive anything. And the rest of the wreckage that I need to fix in my life is nothing in comparison to escaping from narcissistic abuse. If you need help on your journey and want to talk to somebody who's been through it and has managed to escape from it and is recovering from it and has tools and techniques to assist you, feel free to send me off an email at justbebeing@gmail.com. The email's in the description below. And let's talk about some ways that you can get yourself extricated out of what is as Dr. Ramani puts it, the leading cause of the health crisis in society, in the world. So I am sending you all of my love and gratitude and appreciation and thanks for helping me on my journey. You have no idea how small a little comment can make a giant change in somebody's life. So with that said, peace out. Tomorrow we start anew.